So this is the valve we're going to be replacing. Here's our new valve. There's our part number right there. It comes with an O-ring and it comes with a new cap. And this cap fits right over it like that once you're ready. So what we're going to do is we've verified that is the correct size union, and it's a sweat, 3/8 sweat, so we're going to unsweat it here. My shade, my tools, let's get this done. So these valves have strainers on them. This is your valve. Make sure it's the right size. Here's our 3/8 connection. Here's our filter. So you want to check the strainer on this one before you go changing it out. I loosened it up. Strainer's nice and clear. And our threads match. So everything's ready to go. All I got to do is unsweat it, pop this new one on. So we'll go ahead and get going with that right now. I'm not too worried about the old valve, so I'm going to junk it anyways. This is my liquid injection valve that I removed and replaced. And I always like seeing what's inside them. This is a sensing bulb like on a TXV. Here's the valve. Here's our part number. Go ahead and take this off here, take a look at it. This is what's inside it. We have our spring, we have our seat, and we have our plunger right there. That little pointy thing right there is what adjusts the amount of refrigerant that flows into the valve body. You can see it's sharp. So this goes on like this. We'll put that right there. And inside there, you can see that hole. That hole is where that sharp pin fits. And when it gets hot, that pin lifts out of the hole and allows refrigerant to go in there. So you can see it's clear through there. You can see light. So let's go ahead. This is our sensing bulb. This is like a thermostatic power head. It's got a pressure charge in it. And there you go right there. That pushes down. And this bulb right here, as it gets hotter, it pushes down on this. And if you look inside here, you see those two pins? Those pins inside there. Come up here. So there's a pin here, and there's a pin here. Two pins. So as the temperature rises, this plunger right here pushes down, which pushes down on the pins. These pins get pushed in, and those pins, the pins push down. You can see a little marking there and a marking there where the pins sit. And the pins push on this, which pushes this needle here out of that hole. And as the needle rises, refrigerant flows through. So there's the working parts of that valve right there. We put a new one in. Doesn't look like there's too much that can go wrong with it, except this power head right here can go out. Lose a charge inside that head, and it shuts. This doesn't adjust anymore. So I'm thinking I might have been able to change out this thermostatic part right here, but I did the whole valve. Need the compressor. With this valve being changed out, the compressor has more of a chance of living. It probably just burned out because this thing wasn't working, probably because the charge went away out of this thermostatic element. Let it cool down for a second. Let the weld set. Weld looks good. Got a new O-ring for the compressor body. Line it up. Looks good. New valve installed. Install the cap. Little slot right there goes over the hose. There you go. There it goes. It's pinched in there. There it is. There's our start. Okay, so we're ready to fire it up after I pull an evacuation on it. So I'm going to hook up a vacuum pump and we'll evacuate and then we'll restart.